What's up, guys? It's Gage. So today we're going to be looking at the 740 and checking out the boost controller I put on. I'll talk about how I installed it and talk about that engine noise that was happening on that Volvo. I think I got it figured out, just a simple oil change, but I'll talk to you about the oil that I run in my red blocks, and I'm pretty sure what a lot of other people run. It's a tried and true oil that these red blocks love. So let's jump into this thing and just go over some of the fun stuff that I've done to it, and just some stuff we plan on doing. So here's the engine bay. The boost controller, it is a, let's see if I can get you down in there, look. It's a Vibrant manual boost controller, and I just have it screwed through the strut tower, just 2 holes. I put the head of it on the inner fender side, just so that the springs wouldn't contact the bolts. Not the prettiest. I double nutted it so it shouldn't come off, but they're super easy to install. As you can see here, let's get you a light. So you have the factory hose that goes from the turbo cold housing to the wastegate actuator. You just take that original hose off and just run one side into the boost controller and the other side back out. This boost controller does come with a one-way check valve for mass airflow cars, but this one here, I think it's fine without it because it's a recirculating blow-off valve. It's not, or wastegate, it's not a, what do we call it, open atmosphere. So with it being a recirc, I don't think it's too much of an issue, and I haven't had any running issues with it. So if you get a Vibrant one, just go ahead and run it without that, or run it with. I might try and see if it makes a difference on anything. But yeah, super simple. Just take your factory line off, which I do have right here. Super short, itty bitty line. Take that bad boy off and put yourself on that new one. And the way you adjust that is there's a Allen head on the back side. I don't know if you can see over there. Maybe not. There's an Allen head right there. You loosen that up, and then you rotate the knob, you know, in or out, however you want to do. More boost, less boost, however you want to do it. Tighten it back up so it can't rotate and cause a overboost situation. So aside from that, on the engine noise, it had a loud ticking coming from the back half of the valve cover, and it was pretty noisy. It, you know, got louder with RPM, or it followed with RPM. And I, you know, got another car, didn't hear it in the bottom end, and I guess it's common for these to break some valve springs, or the valve hushers or silencers, they can collapse, or they can get old and brittle. I shouldn't say collapse, old and brittle, and they can break, which they're just a little rubber top hat that goes on the top of the valve stem, and the lifter sits on top of it, so it just keeps it quiet. And then also, with it being low mileage, you know, 69,000 miles, the valves might need to be readjusted, so they have shims that you can get different thicknesses, you know. I think it's supposed to be like 12 thousandths and 12 to 16 thousandths is within spec on a cold motor. I'll have to double check, so don't quote me on that. I think it's actually right here, yeah. So let's see, warm engine valve lash is looks like 16 thousandths and 18 thousandths of an inch. So I might double check that if that sound comes back, but I did an oil change, good old Wix filter, and not sponsored by any means, but used the Shell Rotella T4 triple protection. I ran this in my old 940 wagon turbos, a B230 FT red block. Ran that in it, worked great. It had a 16T turbo. Let's see, on the build, it's been a minute. 16T turbo, it had 80-pound injectors, and it had some chips that were custom tuned for the Jetronic ECU and the ignition ECU. I bought a chippable ignition ECU, but I got a hold of a company in Sweden that obviously does performance stuff for red blocks, and I ended up putting their chips in, and then I switched from 1030 Castrol to the Rotella 1540, and the motor loved it. Everybody says they run it too. And I think in the owner's manual it says you can run 1030, 1540, and I think 1040 oil in it. So owner's manual says it, might as well send it. But it's just some good stuff. I think it's conventional oil, if I'm not mistaken. It might be conventional, and I think it has a zinc additive in it, so it's really good for the valve train. So yeah, if you have a B230 red block, I suggest getting 1540 Rotella. That's totally up to your discretion. You can use it if you want, you can't. I can't tell you if it's good or bad for the motor. I've never had an issue, so do it at your own risk. But yeah, works great for me. So along with that, I don't know if you guys remember the seats being torn. I found these on Amazon, and I'm not gonna lie, I mean, of course they're not, haven't been in the sun or haven't been broken or anything, so they're still like a little loose. But these are one-piece seat covers where the back is all one piece to the bottom, so it doesn't come separated, like it won't separate when you sit on it. And it has a strap that straps under the seat all the way to the front. It has two straps and then one that goes across. So this seat cushion doesn't move when you sit in it, and it matches pretty good to the factory gray. I wouldn't say it looks factory because it has this weird airbag side piece for, I guess, if you have airbags in your seats. But the seats were torn and deteriorating in the front, so I'm going to put those on there until I can find some good seats. So, you know, if you have some torn front seats, which are highly common in these, you might check out on Amazon. I might try to find the link for these down below. Link them there for you. So if you want to get some, I think it's like 40 bucks for a set, and they work really good. So aside from that, just put in a towel that I got, or a blanket I got from one of me and my wife's vacations to a zoo. When we go on vacations, we go to zoos and aquariums. Like, it's a traditional thing that we do on any of our road trips. I just threw that back there to help protect the package tray, and if I set stuff up there, it won't mess it up. But update on this car, what I'm going to order for it. I haven't seen a Volvo with them on there yet, so this might be the first. But I'm going to take the wheels and tires off. I'm going to, clean those wheels up. Might have them repowder coated just to have the OE wheels that look good. And I'm putting some Weld Ventura 17x8 wheels on it with some tires, and then we're going to drop it down with a Bilstein drop kit. Do the IPD drop springs, Bilstein struts and shocks, and get it down about 1 3/4 inches. So it should sit perfect. I would say, 1 3/4 inches from here is probably going to be around there. So the tire, if I go with the same size tire, which I probably will so it doesn't look dinky with smaller tires on it, it should be about 1/2, maybe 3/4 inch from tire meeting the inner fender. So we'll save these bad boys for backups. Maybe if I ever sell this car, which I don't plan on it, but I can't guarantee it, then I'll have those to put back on it. And then keep the factory suspension, because it's low mileage suspension, looks pretty good in it. Besides, obviously the strut tops, they're just a little rusted and all that, but that's normal stuff, normal wear and tear. But overall, aside from all that stuff, I don't think I need to pull the valve cover anymore. I'm going to run it and see if anything happens, see if we get a noise or anything, and I think that should be it on it. Get the wheels, get it dropped. I don't know if the noise is fixed and it's fine. I wonder if I should still order the stuff for the motor to do like H-beam rods and all that, or if I'm just going to leave it stock until the motor has a problem. Knowing how reliable these are, that's going to be decades before I can, build it if I do it like that. So I might go ahead and get another red block from a salvage yard and build that, and just keep this low mile motor sealed up and keep it stored away, just to have it as a backup if I do build it. But yeah, other than that, This car's been great. I love driving it. I only drive it probably, oh, I don't know, 2 times a week at the most. And it just does good. Tomorrow I'll be going to Swedish Imports and getting a new mirror because the previous owner had whacked the mirror off and just put some screws in it to hold it on. So we're going to get that replaced. And I'm going to look for a new fan. In case you guys are wondering how easy it is to remove the grill on these. You have 1 pinch tab and you got 2 pinch tabs, and the grill just comes right out. Heavy grill. The AC isn't getting as cool as it should, so I think this fan is bad. It's not kicking on, and it doesn't free spin that good. So I think the brushes and stuff may be a little worn out and it's not kicking on. So I'm going to jump the 2 wires, see if it powers on. If it does, I'm going to jump the wires on the coolant temp, or the fan trigger switch, or the coolant temp sensor switch, and see if the fan kicks on. If it does, then cool. If not, I'm going to get a new one of those, good used one from Swedish, and throw it on there and see if that takes care of it. Just the AC's cold. It's just not getting ice cold like it should. So I'm going to do that, and I think I'm going to have to, what's it called, convert it to R134 from R12. I think it's R12. I'm going to double check and make sure. Man, it's way too easy to work on some of these old Volvos. If I ever became a mechanic again, it'd have to be working on Volvos. I think it's R12. Let's see if it tells me. Shows, yeah, R12 right there. So it is indeed R12. So these ports, I think they've been converted, actually. I might be lucky. I think that port there is R134. It might be already converted. It looks like it might be. So if that's the case, then I'll just evac and recharge the AC, just because. I mean, I know Freon's stupid expensive right now, but I might just do that. I might evac and recharge it and see what it do. But yeah, I'm gonna get the drop kit, the wheels, tires on there. Gonna dye the bumper back to black because the side moldings are in pretty good shape. They're black, they're not faded, and that back bumper, get it dyed back. And then might do tint. I mean, the fishbowl fits this car, but I think I need to do tint on it. It's just a little too clear. Might make the body lines look a little better with some dark windows. So we're gonna get that done. Then hopefully get a radio in it, because this radio is not working and there's no tunes, but car drives tighter than a drum, straight as an arrow, so you kind of just enjoy that over the music. So it's great. I love it. Love it for now. Didn't know they had these. I think this is engine oil cooler factory. Pretty cool if you ask me. I've never seen an engine oil cooler mounted like that. I mean, it has the ducting to push it right, the air right to it. And I think it is an engine oil cooler. My 940, I don't think had that at all. And if I remember right, I was under there doing oil change, and I think those lines went to the oil, I don't know, what do you call it, the oil filter adapter housing. Had 2 steel lines coming off. So I think that's it, because if you look down there, you got the power steering lines that are not going to it. It looks like those other 2 lines go straight up to it, the oil filter housing. So yeah, I am going to, that's interesting. Wonder, it's got a zip tie. It's got a zip tie going around the old sensor. That might be the sensor I need to jump. I'm gonna try to jump that real quick, get that on camera for you guys, and see if that does it. Coolant's nice and green in there, not even dirty yet. Just a little bit of crud, but not too much. So let's go ahead and fire it up, and let's jump those 2 wires together. I think this should just, oh yeah, should be easy to do. Come on. Oh, that is zip tied in because the sensor's trying to come out, I think. Interesting. Might be something to watch. See if we accidentally have leak. Let's see if I can't get that off. Jeez, that's tight. Come on, old girl. There we go. Yeah, there should be the sensor switch. Yeah, that'll be easy to jump across. I can just pull. See if I can't set you guys up. Alrighty. And you can see right here, it's easy just to pull those sheaths back and jump those two wires together. Alright, let's just give that a go. Since we're out here, let's just do that and see what happens. See if that fan kicks on. Remove the grill real quick. Might as well. Got you guys out here, do a little bit of 740 content. I don't want to lose those. Alright, so you got the key on you. Oh. We got nothing touching them together, and we got nothing. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear. Sounds pretty quiet now, besides that dead clutch fan. I mean, the AC is decently cold. Don't mind that check engine light. I left the mass airflow unplugged, and I haven't unhooked the battery or tried to clear the code at all. It's pretty quiet. No noises. Look, ow! Fan's a little spicy unit down there. Can't tell you how many times I've done that with a damn fan. It doesn't hurt, it's just give you a little surprise. It's like, hello, chop the fingers off. Now when I work on semis, that didn't happen. I was extra careful with that. Come on. Set you guys down real quick. Back on. Let that engine warm up a little bit. I think I need to tighten the alternator belt. It's a little jiggly, but I think that might be part of the reason why the voltage isn't sitting where I think it should be. It's just above 12, but that gauge doesn't have numbers going all the way through, so. Alright, get in your hole there, buddy. There we go. Let this bad boy get to operating temp and see what it does. The cruise control doesn't work either, so I got to figure that out. But almost to operating temp. Oh, give it the old dash tap to get the old fuel gauge back. I'm almost out of fuel. That clutch fan's loud. I might do a 940E fan upgrade on it while I'm at Swedish tomorrow getting some parts. I might do that. I wish this radio would just kick on one day. I just want some tunes. And I kind of like the old radio look, but shoot, I'll probably put an Alpine in here or something. Something that'll work. I still can't get over how clean this car is. I mean, it has a, I think it's either a factory or it's a typical split right here. Dash is a little warped right there, but I mean, all this trim here is nice and tight in there. The vents are nice and tight. And I haven't checked the sunroof yet. I really want to try it. Should I try it, guys? See if the sunroof works. Ooh, no way. The back half lifts up, or the whole thing? Oh, the whole thing lifts up. That's kind of cool. I've never had a working sunroof on one of these cars. Man, I should probably clean that seal out. Dang, that's freaking cool. So I wonder if can we go back? Oh, that's the sketchy part, right? Is if it'll come back. Haha. I think that's as far as I want to mess with that. I really don't want to mess with it too much. I might just let it. Oh, good Lord. Oh no. Did we do it? Oh no. I did it, guys. It doesn't go back. Let's see if I can't get it to go back. He said it worked. Oh no. Okay. Oh geez. Yep, nope. We ain't messing with that too much. As far as I think we're gonna go is, yeah, I don't think I'll mess with that. That sunroof is not getting touched with. And it rubs the headliner, so it gets a little dirty. That's sagging a bit. Yeah, that's a no-go. Oh, shit. Probably shouldn't have messed with that, huh? Oops. All right, guys, so I touched the button. I was told not to touch this button by multiple people because this kind of stuff happens all the time. And the previous owner told me that it works just fine. And, you know, I trusted him and it was working fine, so nothing against him. But I touched it and I messed up. So, as you can see here, there's a hole in the roof and there's no interior besides, like, you know, back seat and door panels. Yep, I did her in good. The sunroof track had some issues and I didn't want to do this right now. I wanted to wait until it's ready for body work, but there's the other seat there. I decided to go ahead and work on the sunroof delete. Since this is gonna be the project and I need to shed some weight on it, but I want to keep it full interior, I was gonna remove the sunroof anyways and have it welded up, but I think I'm going to use this factory panel and I'm going to slide it back in its hole, attach, as you can see right there and also right here. I'm going to attach a rail and I'm going to take these off and I'm going to screw, have like some slots in that rail and screw it through to this screw here, and then also have some type of bracket that's adjustable to like snug it down to that rail, just so it sits flush and won't move, won't hopefully leak, because I'm going to put some, once it's back in, I'll put some like sealing tape between it and the roof for now, just to have that part sealed up and closed up. And then I will get a 740 headliner that has no sunroof and put it back in. So, you know, I really didn't plan on doing this early, but just because I had to touch a button, now I gotta do it. So we're gonna do that. That'll be a video project. I'm gonna vacuum and deep clean the inside while it's out. One thing we did do is go to Swedish today, and we picked up some stuff for the 740. So to start, let me just set this up here on my perfectly good, not good paint. Gently though, because I really don't want to mess it up anymore than it already is. So we have a 940 cooling fan. Yes, the 940 has a bigger radiator, but this can be adapted. Just a little bit of custom brackets and stuff. So I'm going to adapt that to it. And we also got a new driver's side mirror, power mirror with a really good glass on it, because as you can see, ours is screwed together and the glass is like checked, or whatever you're gonna call that. That stuff doesn't come out on it. It's a little hazy. So we're gonna swap that out with the new mirror and get the E-fan in. We also got the fan controller relay that goes on the 940s with these. And also, never ceases to amaze me the stuff that the owner of Swedish has. This is a new old stock fan harness for a 940. It's original Volvo, and it's brand new, ready to plug in and do business. So that's cool. And then I also scored, this is the lower bumper piece. Let's see. That's just a deflector that directs air from the lower air dam into the condenser and all that. But we did manage to get a 87 air dam off of a 740. It doesn't have fog lights in it, which is great because I plan on doing my own custom fog light mounts. And that will get rid of this one right here. And it's going to take some trim work. I'm going to make it fit really good. But put that one on there, fab it up, get it all nice and clean and look really good, look factory. And I'm going to paint it silver, sand it down, paint it silver. And that'll give it that more aggressive look. I don't know if I can get this down there and give you a good idea, but as you can see, this one, it sweeps forward a lot more than just the one that's straight down. So when this car is lowered, it'll give it an aggressive look. So I'm going to get that put on there and get all this other stuff put in while I'm waiting on things I need to do the sunroof repair. So I'm going to get the block off panel put in there, which is just the OEM one, just so it matches. It'll look like it has a sunroof, but it doesn't. You're gonna look inside and it's just gonna be one piece headliner. And the headliner, I was kind of bummed. The person I got it from redid it before I did, and you know, it's sagging, so I was gonna pull it down regardless, but he had broken the headliner board, like taped it together and stuff, so it's pretty clapped out. So I'm gonna toss that, and when I do the new headliner, since the visors are different, they won't work. I'm just gonna do a visor delete up there. Just not gonna run visors because it's gonna have like 5% tint all the way around. I'm probably gonna run a brow on it, probably a 5% brow across the front. So, well, that video didn't go as planned. This car just exploded everywhere apparently. I got all the interior trim back here that I'm gonna clean up. It all came off pretty good, you know, being low mileage and under a carport. It didn't break anything. It all came off pretty good. So that kind of sucks that this happened, but you know, it's part of it. It's not my daily, it's a project. So it's just part of having toys and projects. But as always, guys, like the video, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully getting that sunroof panel in there and some of this stuff on, making headway, not backtracking like I did in this video. That was a big mistake, but we'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.